Hey everyone, it's Lord here, and today I felt like streaming. We will be playing Stellaris, which is a game that I've recently acquired. It's a game that I really like, actually. And yeah. Anyway, we will be starting. It is, as you can probably tell from the giant floating space thing, and also the description of the live stream. It is a sci-fi game. It's a grand strategy made by Paradox Interactive. I really like Paradox, actually. So we will be starting a new game where we will be playing as these guys, the Archive of Wisdom. Although I do wish to slightly edit them before we get going, because on my first time playing as them, I discovered that being pacifist is sort of the worst, really. Because you can't really declare war. Which, yes, we're nice and peaceful. But, well, the thing is, I kind of like being able to expand at the expense of others. It's very nice. Could be corporate. Nope. We're going to be fanatically egalitarian instead. Or we could be... No. We're going to be fanatically egalitarian. With Xenophile. Actually, I should just go through everything. So, we look like cats. We are the Sapienti, a species of intelligent mammals who united early in the history and subsequently spent several centuries advancing their society and scientific capabilities. In the year 2195, FTL space travel was achieved, and the Sapienti were ready to explore and become the benevolent rulers of the galaxy. So, a single thing is called a Sapientus, plural Sapienti, and adjective Sapientum, so a Sapientum ship, for example. Our home world is Intelligentsia. Our ships are CSS, which stands for Cat Spaceship, because yeah, I'm weird like that. You guys know that. We are enduring, slow breeders, quick learners, and intelligent. Like I said, homeworld, Intelligentsia. Our star is called Lightbringer. Our cities look like this. Government ethics, we will go through that. The advisor voice is, well, the Xenophile one, because it's basically Tali from Mass Effect.
I may be an artificial intelligence, but I share your enthusiasm for seeking out fellow organic intelligences among the stars.
And I bloody love Tali from Mass Effect. Also just bloody love Mass Effect in general, actually. Mass Effect is rather good. Oh, and I see that we have another viewer. Well, don't be afraid to introduce yourselves down in the chat. Please, seriously, please do. Now then, so yes, our empire is called the Archive of Wisdom, so the adjective would be an archivist thing. Archivist ship. A flag, as you can see, is like this. Yeah, we're all intelligent scientist cat people. Our ships look like this, just standard mammalian ships, and our ruler, well, our first ruler, will be Alfred Anglo-Saxon, because I love those historical references. Our ruler title is called a Chief Archivist. If it's female, it's also just Chief Archivist. So, now that we've done that, I'm going to save. Yes, we wish to replace our old one. And back we go. So, now then, we could also pick some of these, the United Nations of Earth, the Commonwealth of Man, these guys, but I think it's more fun if we go for our own things. We will be playing as the Archive of Wisdom. So, let's look at galaxy size. We're going to have a large galaxy, it's going to be elliptical. AI empires, crank that up just a little bit. And crank Advanced Empire Stars down. Fallen Empires, 3, that seemed good. If you don't know, Fallen Empires is a great empire, is an empire that was great in the past, but they've sort of retreated back into their sort of core territory and become sort of decadent and weak. Now, later on in the game, we can have what's known as the War in Heaven, where two fallen empires awaken, as it's called. So that means they start to sort of expand and take over territory again, and then they sort of declare war on each other and draw in the rest of the galaxy. Ruled empires, well, basically they're the Space Mongols, and they can at some point unify under a Great Khan and rampage throughout the galaxy. Tech tradition cost. Tech. It's how quickly you get technology. Habitable worlds. Let's crank that slightly up. Primitive civilizations. I really like primitives. Primitives are very fun. Basically, they're civilizations that haven't sort of gotten FTL stuff yet. You can sort of observe them, or you can help raise them up to become, FTL, spacefaring and so on. Crisis strength. Well, at the end of the game, we can have what's known as the crisis, which is when some sort of very, very, very powerful threat appears and tries to completely screw you, and basically tries to kill you with everything it's got, and it has a lot. This is done because the lads over at Paradox feel like at the end of strategy games, sort of towards the end game, there's usually one empire that's quite clearly going to emerge as the winner of everything. So they thought they'd introduce this, which is to make it a bit more interesting. So we could potentially get to the point where we are really, really bloody powerful here in the galaxy. We control like half of it, for example, and we declared ourselves against the fallen empires and we beat them during the War in Heaven, etc., etc. We're the best. And then the crisis shows up and could easily crush us. Anyway, mid-game start. I'm gonna set that slightly later because and same for the endgame start year. Because endgame start year, basically that's when the endgame crisis and the fallen empire awakening stuff, War in Heaven kind of thing, that can be actually yeah. Basically, this is when the fallen empire stuff can start happening and the crisis. Victory year off because I think it's more fun to play until we win. Difficulty, well, there's several different ranks. There's Cadet, there's Ensign, there's Captain, Commodore, Admiral, and Grand Admiral. Now, I'm not very good at Stellaris. I have one other save that I played. So, we're going to go for Ensign, because I'm just not that good, okay? Scaling difficulty. Yeah, I can't remember that. AI aggressiveness, normal, empire placement. We're gonna have some clusters because that's more fun. That way we get to sort of spawn. We're gonna have some other people near us, but there's still gonna be plenty of empty space beyond our cluster to expand it to. Advanced neighbors, no thank you. No. That way we'd have a non-fallen empire. I think that's how it works. That would be able to spawn right next to us, and since they wouldn't be a fallen empire, they'd be totally up for just conquering us straight off. Hyperlane density. The hyperlanes are basically how you travel between the between the different star systems. We're just gonna have that normal. Abandoned gateways. They are sort of portal things that allow you to travel around the galaxy very quickly. We're going to have those slightly higher than average. Wormhole pairs, basically the same thing. Again, slightly higher than average. Guaranteed habitable worlds. I think that just sort of says it best. We're going to have that up because I am bad at this. Iron Man mode. What was Iron Man mode? Right, yes, okay. So there's no turning back in Iron Man mode. Again, not good at this, so we're not going to go for Iron Man mode. So, now that I've gone through all that, Stellaris is a very complicated game, let's finally play. So, just wait for the game to load up. Yeah, needs to generate an entire galaxy of stuff. Also, let's just look at the lovely backgrounds here. Stellaris is, in general, a very, very pretty game, in my opinion. So, the Archive of Wisdom. In the eons since the primitive sapientist communities took shape in the meadows and forests of intelligentsia, our civilization has spread and prospered. We were driven forward by steady scientific progress, and armed conflicts between nation-states became increasingly rare. The framework for a global democratic government was eventually laid, and when the last holdouts voluntarily joined, we stood united as a single nation. Now, after the discovery of the Hyperlane network, the finest minds of the Archive of Wisdom have finished development of the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. Begin!
Good day, Mr. President. I am Veer, a prototype synthetic intelligence. My job is to offer advice and assistance as we seek our destiny among the stars.
I'm not quite expert, but I'd say I get the game quite well, so shut this thing down.
I urge you to reconsider.
Back off. Now then, we are going to pick our first physics thing. Now, in my experience, usually energy is a problem early on. As we can also see, we start with significantly less energy gain than we do the other stuff. I will explain this in a second. Anyway, so we're going to start with getting more energy, and then we're going to do have a look here. Let's see. Let's do this so we can sort of up food production. And let's do this. Don't feel like we need this quite yet because we're not. I don't think we're going to get to war quite very soon. So, we're going to not care about this for a moment. Now, minerals or research? I think I'm going to go for research. Now then, now this has been selected. Let's have a look at where we are in the galaxy. Okay, right, okay. So we're sort of around the north bit, kind of the galaxy. Now, if any nerds want to come after me in the comments, not insulting you by the way, huge nerd myself. If any space nerds want to come after me in the chat and say, oh no, it's space, doesn't have north, well, I'm going to say this. Okay, it's going to be quite a bit simpler if I just say the northern sort of end of the galaxy, or the southern sort of end of the galaxy, or the eastern sort of end of the galaxy, and so on, than saying, oh, I'm over in the left of the galaxy, or the right of the galaxy, or the top of the galaxy, which would also be inaccurate, and there's really no better way to say it, so we are sort of in the northeastern end of the galaxy. Now then, I promised I would explain everything. This could buckle your seatbelts, this could take a while. Okay, so, energy credits. This is sort of the currency thing. It's backed by energy, which is why it's called energy credits. Basically, it's energy. We can use this to buy stuff and so on. For example, here on the market, we can trade our energy for minerals or food. Get to food and minerals. Minerals is sort of, you know, the basic resource we need to build our ships and our star bases and so on. Yeah, you mine them. Food is, well, you know, pretty self-explanatory, and you just use food to make your pops, that is population, grow. Consumer goods, they sort of, yeah, you know, the game actually says it quite well. A vast resource that represents the various gadgets, luxuries, and goods necessary to give your pop a good life, and to perform intellectual jobs such as research. So yeah, well explained by the game here. Alloys, that's sort of the advanced thing that you refine your minerals into. You dig up your minerals and then you refine them into alloys, and then you use them to build ships. Influence is sort of your political sort of power. You use it for dealing with factions. When we get to factions, they're going to appear at some point, or when we when we want to claim territory from another empire. Unity is used to unlock traditions. Tradition is sort of like what they call the civic things in Civilization. You know, the things that give sort of permanent boosts to your empire. So in the traditions, we have several different sort of categories. We have expansion, domination, prosperity, harmony, supremacy, diplomacy, and discovery, as you can see. I really like expansion, diplomacy, and prosperity. Those were the ones I was sort of working on. Because diplomacy, for example, lets us form a federation with other spacefaring empires when we meet those, which is very fun. Expansion is very good early on, especially, really early on. And it's one of those that you should probably sort of get right when you start. And prosperity is very nice because it sort of boosts your energy output and your mineral output and those things. Harmony I haven't ever really tried. Anyway, back to the resources up here. That's just research. Now that's how much science research in the 3 categories we get done. These are the sort of special things we can find out in the galaxy. We don't really have any, so I'll get into it later, but into it more later at least. But basically, at some point we're going to want to use them. We're going to need them to do upkeep on our buildings, on our planets, and so on, and to upgrade stuff. This is the how sprawling our empire is, which is, and then there's our administrative cap, which I haven't paid attention to in my first game, which was a mistake because it slowed down research a lot and it's made everything sort of worse. So we're going to want to keep an eye on expanding our administrative cap when we can. Empire systems, basically just what we own. Empire colonies, that's just our actual planets we've settled. Pops, that's the amount of empire population, that's the amount of pops we have. Starbase capacity, that's the amount of proper starbases we have. So proper starbases are different from just sort of the starbases you just build real quick to actually claim a system as your own. Proper starbases, they have modules and buildings, and they are also better at defending themselves if we ever get in a war. Which we probably will at some point, maybe not today, but we probably will at some point. And then there's our naval capacity, which is how much fleet we can have. Okay, that's all the resources and so on. Contacts. We don't have any contacts right now, but we can see everyone we met here when we meet people. Situation log, if I can open it. These are sort of special situations that we have that we want to maybe spend some time on. So for example, if we find a special project somewhere out there, we can say okay, get the scientists on researching that. The market, I already sort of showed this. We can trade energy for resources or resources for energy. Planets and sectors. This is a nice overview of our different planets and sectors, which is sort of subcategory, which is a sector is sort of subdivision of your empire. We'll get to those. Expansion planet. We can sort of see habitable planets we've encountered that we can colonize and so on. Policies. We'll get to policies are quite important. Policies are where we sort of decide what the law is going to be for our empire. So, for example, wars. We can have unrestricted wars where we just sort of declare war when we want. Liberation wars where we can sort of what's it called? Break up an enemy empire that we declare war on, so we can sort of break off part of their empire, and they will then sort of work with our ethics. And defensive wars, well, you know, we can only fight defensive wars. Orbital bombardment, yeah, I'm just gonna go selective because, well, I'm a nice guy. But basically, how much are we allowed to bomb enemy planets when we go to war with enemies? But yeah, I'm just going to change this to selective because we are nice people. We're very nice. And there's resettlement. So can we just say, okay, you go move to some other planet? Which we can't because we're nice people. We're egalitarian and xenophile. First contact protocol. How are we going to act when we first meet a person? We are egalitarian and xenophile, so we cannot have the aggressive, but I don't want to, so that's fine. Initial border status, well, sort of explains itself, you know, what our borders can be like when we have just met a person. In this case, they're open. Gotta keep it that way. Food policy. Yeah, just how much food are we going to give to our population? So we can either ration it, which means we're gonna have food upkeep down, but it's gonna make our pops less happy and they're gonna grow slower. Or we can have sort of the balanced one, which has no effect on anything. And then we can have the nutritional plentitude, which is the opposite of strict rationing, where we consume more food, but we make our pops happier. My mouse is terrible. This is how many, this is how our economy works, so we can focus on getting consumer goods at the expense of our alloys, or we can get more alloys at the expense of our consumer goods. Sort of sleeping today. Anyway, trade policy. Here we can focus on generating. Well, we're going to get to trade, but you know, systems have trade value. Now, we can either convert our trade value into energy, or we can convert it into some energy and some consumer goods, or we can convert it into some energy and some unity. I'm not going to do that because unity is fine. Energy is not really. Now, robots. Basically, you know, we can have robotic pops, which we, well, we'll allow it. Population controls. We cannot say, no, you can't, you're not allowed to really breed much. Slavery is prohibited. Slavery is rather self-explanatory. It's slavery. We cannot do that because we're egalitarian and we are xenophile. And we have to be either authoritarian, xenophobe, or fanatic xenophobe. So we're not allowed to do that. We're also not allowed to purge people. I think you get what purging means. Edicts, these are sort of temporary effects we can have on, and the cost of, influence, or we can do it at the cost of energy later on, or at the cost of, the rare materials. Traditions, I already explained those. Ship designer, here we can take the technology that we have for our ships and, so for example, different weapons technology or shield technology or armor, and we can sort of apply that to the different classes of ships. We have fleet manager, we manage our fleet. Rather self-explanatory, we can say that Rapid Strike Fleet is going to have a set amount of corvettes, and then that's going to be that. At the moment I don't want to do that. Technology, we've seen this is where we select the technology we want to research. Factions, we'll get into factions later, because they're going to appear later, but basically they're sort of like political parties within our empire. Claims, we don't really have anything to claim, but that's because we have nothing to claim. But basically that's how we say, oh, you, if we well, theoretically another empire has these two systems, that then we can say we can claim them, which basically means we'll say, okay, I want these two systems from you, and that's gonna have an impact on relations with them. Species, we can see the different species in our empire. There can be multiple, but right now we obviously only have the sapient type. And then leaders, so we can have our governors, our scientists, our admirals, and our generals. This is sort of, you know, the special people who are all in charge and so on. Then there's different map modes, so we can have sectors, so it's going to show the sectors within our empire. We can have the just sort of standard hyperlanes mode, so we can see the hyperlanes. Now we can't see all the hyperlanes because of the limited view range we have. We can see more later when we've explored more. And there's the Unions map mode, so we can see, for example, if we were in a federation with some guys up here, then we could activate the Unions map mode, and then we'd be the same color as them, because we'd be in the same federation. Empire map mode, we will, that means that, you know, it sort of displays an empire as the primary color of the flag, and then with the border as the secondary color of the flag. Diplomatic map mode, that's going to show us how the different empires around us feel about us. So we can have an empire that's red up here, that means they hate us. We can have one that's sort of more greenish down here, that means they like us. I think that's out. Opinion map mode. Oh right, no, it's not. No, that's the opinion map mode. I think diplomatic shows something with how we relate to each other. So I think if we're in a federation, that'll be blue or something. I don't know. AI attitude, I don't know. And we can see which empire are considered to be our neighbours. Okay, that was a lot. Okay, one last thing. This is the outliner. Here we can see our sectors, our planets, our shipyards, our fleets, and our civilian ships. Okay, that was a lot, I know. But Stellaris is a very big and complicated game, so yeah, it sort of has to be a lot early on. Now then, time to finally properly start. Let's start surveying some systems. And I'm going to immediately order that. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take our construction ship and immediately order that they build mining stations all around the place. So, finally actually, you know, unpaused. Here we go. Now, everything got going. Now, Stellaris is a bit slow at first because, you know, you need to explore and, you know, find new worlds to settle, and of course we also need to meet other empires. But trust me, once we get to later on in the game, we've met a lot of empires, we've gotten somewhat large and powerful, it's going to get very, very interesting. So, what's going on currently is that our science ship here is over here, and it's moving through the hyperlane. So it's now on the Brockhan system here, and it's serving it. So it's going to go around to the different planets, and it's going to look at what's there and what's not there, and so on and so forth. Now, once we've actually fully surveyed a system, we're going to be able to send a construction ship, like the one we have here, over to the system to build a starbase, not a proper starbase, but yeah, a base on the system, and that means we've now claimed it. So then it will be a part of our empire, and you know, a little bubble here is going to expand and go up there and say, and you know, be all you know, nice and coloured, and we can see, okay, that's our system.
Construction complete.
So you'll see, now we have completed the construction of this mining station. Now that's going to take up a bit of energy to maintain, but it's going to give us, boost our energy output in this case, because, yeah, that's what happens to be there. But for example, this moon over here, that's going to generate more minerals for us, and this one's going to get us more physics, and this one's going to get us more engineering, and so on. So, you, my lad, go over here and you build yourself, and you get ready to build us a mining station. Of course, we just need to let some time pass so we can actually have 100 minerals. I'm a bit more used to just having enough minerals to just sort of say, yeah, okay, go over there, build that. Because, yeah. My only other save, I'm quite a bit further along in the Federation and everything. It's very nice. So, just 1 more month should pass, then we will be nice and ready to build it. There we go. Build a mining station. Let's check in on our science ship. How is he doing? Okay, so he's currently serving the star itself. Okay. Still going to be a while before he's done. Now, I would recommend, quite early on, you build another science ship, because the galaxy is quite large, and we're going to want to have another science ship exploring in the other direction, so we can also expand in that direction.
Anomaly found.
Oh, and we have an anomaly. Now, anomalies are sort of strange things that our scientists discover when they're out surveying. So, our scientist here, Convacras, has found something while surveying Brocan. However, it's a challenging thing, and our scientist is level 1. Therefore, it's going to take him a long time to research this. In the time unit, that's 1 day, so it's going to take him over a year just to survey that. And we don't want that, so we're going to leave it be for now. He's going to continue his surveying of this system. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, right, yes, okay. So, I recommend building another science ship quite early on. So we're going to go to our starbase and we're going to do that. Because a science ship, I've already explained this. Yes, so another science ship, because the galaxy is vast and we need to be able to explore in the other direction at the same time. And there's also going to require us to recruit another scientist, which is going to need some upkeep as well. And seriously, personally in the chat, I can see you're there. You know, I can see that I have another viewer, so would you like to chat a bit? It would be very fun, and also we'd have something to do when we're waiting for construction to happen. So, yeah, if you want to chat, just place a comment in the chat. I will respond. I promise. I have literally, you're literally the only person watching, because the other person's me, so I can keep an eye on the chat.
Construction complete.
So, please do chat, you know, comment. It's going to be fun. Well, chat. I'm repeating myself a lot. Anyway, we've built our new science ship. So the CSS Jal Satork. So we're going to assign leader. Now, we already have all of our scientists assigned. We have one on the science ship, and then we have the other 3 busy leading our research. So we're going to recruit a new one, which is going to take basically all of our energy. So, this guy, one of these 2 guys would be good, and this guy's younger, so we're going to go for him because he is a roamer, so he's going to survey faster. So we're going to recruit him, and he's going to cost us 2 energy to, you know, pay, basically, because, you know, we pay him a salary, and that's how we get him to, you know, go out and science the shit out of things. So, you go survey in the other direction. Now, while we are surveying around and constructing and so on, it's all very lovely. Our construction ship needs to build some more. When we have some more minerals, there we go, build the research station. Now, while our scientists are surveying and so on, we should probably have a look at the planet management system. So, this is Intelligentsia, our capital. We can change the capital later, but, you know, we don't really have any other world, so we can't right now. So, on our planet we can have buildings. The amount of buildings we can have depends on the amount of pops we have on the planet. At the moment we have 24, so we can have this number of buildings. If we get up to 25, which we will at some point. Okay, hang on, pause. Routine. Okay, we are going to research that. mother. She just came home. Anyway. So, yes. So we will be able to build more buildings as our population expands. Over to population itself. The population is divided into 3 categories. We have our rulers, that's the administrators who actually work and take care of stuff. Then we have our specialists, that's our lads who produce the consumer goods. And then we have our metallurgists, they produce our alloys, and our researchers, they produce science. They're specialists. And then we have our workers. Workers, they're basically the ones who do the dirty work, so they produce the food and the minerals and the energy. Now, specialist is actually a higher class, within society. So if we, for example, say, okay, we now have room for another artisan. Then if there's a worker available down here, he's going to move up and he's going to become a specialist. And then we can't just say, okay, specialists aren't as important now, so we're going to so we want you to be a worker again, right? He won't move down because now he's sort of gotten a taste for the finer things in life, so he doesn't want to go back to where he works. So that takes quite a while. It takes, I think, 1,000 time units, which is a really long time, several years. So, yeah. Anyway, we need to keep our pops happy. That means they need to have amenities. They're produced by the clerks, and they need to have enough consumer goods, and they need to have housing. Housing is, well, yeah, housing. They need to have places to live. So housing is produced either from having city districts or from having other types of districts. Now, city districts are exclusively about providing clerks and trade and housing, so they give a lot more housing than the others. The others give some housing, but and some jobs, but city districts make more housing. So you're going to need to be building cities in addition to your other districts. Then buildings, you can have sort of special stuff, so you can have alloy foundries. Basically, buildings are what generate the specialist jobs. And then we can also see we don't have any unemployed people. Then there's blockers, which is stuff that we sort of don't want on the planet. That's taking up space, so we can clear that away. And then right now we have industrial wasteland and sprawling slums. We'll get rid of that sometime. And also, I'd like to imagine, since we are very nice cat people, we won't just bulldoze the slums and throw everyone out. We're gonna slowly replace it with better housing and stuff. Anyway, so yes, that is an overview of the planet system. We have some armies. They're what defends us if we are ever invaded, which we probably will be at some point. And this has to do with the megacorp stuff, but we're not corporate. We're not a mega corporation. We're a normal society, so we can't establish branch offices. But if we ever meet another mega corporation, they can establish a branch office on our home world or other planets, and then they can sort of trade there and so on. So I think that's overview absolutely goddamn everything that's relevant right now. So let's get time ticking along again. Now you will notice over here, now he has stopped surveying because he's researching this anomaly. So he'll resume his surveying once he's done with researching the anomaly. Now over here we have found a potentially habitable world. Okay, hang on. Okay, right, yes, okay. Okay, so the discovery of alien life. The CSS Jal's Talk has made a startling find on Delphine 3. The planet is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that did not originate on Intelligentsia. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on Delphine 3 are sentient, it is likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. We may not be alone out here. That's going to give us some society research, which is lovely. So we've also clouded an anomaly. High continents on Delphine 3 pause, are blanketed in a strange growth that seems at odds with the rest of the planet's flora. Well, let's research that. So Delphine 3 is a habitable planet for us. It's very habitable, actually. In fact, continental world, wet climate, just sort of how we like it, and it can have a nice amount of space. Might colonize that. We might colonize that at some point. So let's get time ticking along again. That's the one he's researching right now. So anomalies.
Complete.
We have our construction complete here, as Tally said. Yes. So our construction ship here. We're just going to wait for time to tick along a bit further, so we can get some minerals in. Oh, hang on. Okay. Contact report, planetary animalia. The Archive of Wisdom is abuzz with the news of the alien life found by the CSS Jalsatork cat spaceship. While highly intelligent by Sapientan standards, the fascinating beings defy easy classifications and hint at the immense complexities and possibilities of the universe. Interesting. So now we have enough minerals to build our research station. Lovely. So after he's built that, I'm going to move him over to Brocan, because that's going to be surveyed faster than... No, actually... Although, actually, of course, Delphine is... No. It's fine. Doesn't seem like there's anyone else to our immediate vicinity. So, yes. Okay. I think that's the anomaly that's finished researching on in the Brocan system. So, for some reason, someone has towed an asteroid into a stable orbit around Brocan 5. The massive engine sections and braking thrusters can still be found on the surface, although they have long since been rendered inoperable. Whoever did this also mined the asteroid for minerals, but these operations were seemingly abandoned shortly after they were begun. Again, interesting. And we add 3 engineering research to Brocan 5. Excellent. Yes, anomalies are very nice because that means we get an increased, increased resource stuff from our systems once we colonize them. I've been streaming. Okay, contact report. Weeks after CSS Jal Pershmat's latest fruitful exploratory survey, Sapientan xenologists are practically falling over themselves to publish their takes on the findings of Brocan 5. This fevered storm in the scientific community has had some negative, yet temporary, impact on pursuits in other fields. Remarkable. I also really like the music in Stellaris. It's very sci-fi and appropriate, but it's very good. I'm just going to be quiet for a second.
Construction complete.
Oh, lovely. Okay, so we'll just move him over here. Because, okay, right, that's our event on Delphine 3. Okay, invasive... Can't speak. Invasive exofungus. Ooh. After intense study and sampling of the growth blanketing entire biospheres on Delphine 3, Ilmas Tessala, that's our scientist, reports that the substance is not native to the planet, but rather an invasive fungal life form of unknown origin. Ooh. The fungus feeds on biomatter, choking out existing plant life and enveloping terrain. Any future settlers on the planet would have to deal with routinely burning back the exofungus. It is unknown at this point if it can be entirely eradicated. Worrying. But it does boost our society research quite a bit. So if we now go over to our technology page, you'll notice that the the society research is quite a bit further along than the others. Now, this society research is slightly harder, but even so, you will see it's further on, which is nice. So, we will move our guy over here to build a starbase outpost once it's fully surveyed, which it will be quite soon. So then he should be, yeah, he is now continuing to survey the rest of the system. How are we doing on surveying now? Yeah, almost done. So we will soon be building our first starbase outpost. Once time gets ticking along again. Seriously, love the music of Stellaris. It's no DCMC, but it's very good. I just kind of want the soundtrack. Yes, as another YouTuber that I'm quite a fan of once said, you should buy the soundtrack and the
system survey complete.
You should buy the soundtrack and the species packs and so on only if you just sort of love Paradox and just want to give them more money. Anyway, the Brockhand system has been fully surveyed. That's what it tells us up here as well. So, our science ship will be moving on to research this system, which has 2 stars. Ooh. So he'll be moving up there to research that, and our ship here will be arriving in 37 days to the Brockhand system, where he will begin construction on a starbase outpost. Ooh. Yeah, so he's in the Brockhand system now, so you go ahead and build yourself a starbase outpost. That's going to cost us some alloy and some influence. But it's going to expand our borders, and then after that he can get to work on, you know, the rest of the planets. Building mining stations and so on. And we're going to have some energy there. Lovely. Obviously, you know, it's a sun. Okay, so Delphine 3 will be settled by us, although we do have the exofungus, which is not very nice. Habitable World Survey. Okay. We now know, without a doubt, that a thriving biosphere... keep cracking on, my heart. Keep getting a voice cracked. A thriving biosphere is not something unique to intelligentsia. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catch the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable life-bearing worlds. A commendable initiative, or we have more important matters to focus on. 20 influence, it's nice, but it's not really, you know, a lot. We can get it somewhat quickly. And we also don't need influence that much right now. So we're going to call it a commendable initiative.
Situation log updated.
That's going to... Yes, thank you, Tan. That's going to update our situation log. So we have this special mission to survey habitable worlds. So... Okay, right, okay. This is cool. Then we have a pulsar and a Class A star. Interesting. Yes. Leaders gained a level, so our scientist here has leveled up. That's this guy. Also, think about this system. We have a special effect in this system because of the pulsar. And the pulsar means that shields, you know, shield technology for our spaceship are going to be completely ineffective in this particular system because it's nullified by the pulsar. So if we decide to heavily invest in shields for our spaceships, we do not want to sort of have them fight there. Well, of course, if the Unbidden show up, we could potentially take them there as a last resort. The Unbidden is one of the endgame crises. crisis possibilities. I'm a nerd. Okay, this could be a very, very nice energy system. Very nice energy system indeed. 6 energy, that's really good. It's going to, of course, cost us 2 energy to maintain the mining stations.
Found.
Yes, okay, anomaly. Okay, that's going to take a very short time, so we're going to research that. Of course, it's going to cost us 2 energy to maintain the things, but it's going to be very much worth it. And we have finished constructing our starbase. Alright, lovely. But yes, so it's going to gain us 4 energy, because it's going to be 6 energy, and then it's going to cost us 2 to actually maintain the stations. So, found an anomaly, guy level up, and we finished constructing the starbase. Right, so, yes, our empire has expanded for the first time. Excellent.
System survey complete.
And we've also finished surveying Delphine. Okay, so there's not really a whole lot here, so I'm just gonna... Ooh! We can get a tradition. That's gonna be pause-worthy. Okay, so the question is, what do we go for? So we can have diplomatic influence cost reduced by quite a bit. And of course pop growth from immigration increased. Or we could have expansion. I think I'm going to go for expansion because it's going to up our colony development speed, and since we have a very nice habitable world right here on Delphine, that's going to be very lovely. And there's also prosperity, but yeah, seriously. Mining station output increased by... No, okay, I thought it was increased by 10, just across the board. No, 10%. Yeah, no, we're going to go for expansion. Let's go, because, you know, expansion is very nice early on. Yeah. Could end the stream here. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so we're going to move our construction ship down here, build another starbase outpost, and then this side ship here is going to survey this system down here. And I've officially lost connection to the chat, can't see it. Yeah, sorry everyone who wants to watch wants me to notice them in the chat, if there is anyone, which is quite unusual for my streams. I can't get access to the stream chat for some reason. Hang on. I'm trying some things. So yeah, so if anyone's commented down on the stream. There we are, back on. Nope, no one has said anything in the chat. It's just me now. Oh, okay. Yes, okay, this is true. Okay. So, down on Petria, this system down here that we just started serving, we have the first of our precursor events. I keep having voice cracks. It's ridiculous. Okay. The Ute Empire. We've recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Petria 5. Our scientists think they inhabited this region of stars roughly 6 million years ago, based on the age of the artifacts. The aliens called themselves the Ute, and appear to have been very large and flat arthropod analogues. It seems a single individual could reach a length of nearly 100 meters as an adult, and it was apparently exceedingly rare for more than 2 or 3 Utes to travel aboard the same starship. Interesting.
Situation log updated.
Yes. That's going to give us the Ute event chain. Ancient survey marker. Okay, what's this? A small short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Ambor B1. That's up here. It appears to be an ancient survey marker placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious minerals. The mine it was meant for evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still here. Fascinating. That's going to make Ambor B1 better. So if we just take a look. Yes. So Ambor A, Ambor B. Anyway. Ambor B1 now has additional minerals, which is lovely. You're surveying the star itself. Good, good. How are we doing on construction? He's still moving. See? And I see we have another person watching the stream. Would you be so kind as to chat with me? Because I do think it would be very fun for us both if we could, you know, sort of chat a bit. Just write yourself a message down the stream. It'd be very lovely. That would be very lovely. Obviously, we still haven't met anyone else, and our empire looks very tiny when we're all zoomed out. Okay, so our construction ship has arrived in the Delphine system. He's now actually building it. Okay, Ambor is going to be looking like a very nice mineral system. Good, good. This is very nice, you know, nice mineral system, nice energy system, and I see B-Tree is going to be a nice system for both. So yeah, I think it's going quite well. Let's have a look on Lightbringer. You know, what's going on down on Intelligentsia. Yeah, we still haven't reached our next pop. We are getting close though. And someone's leveled up. Ilmas Tassala. So that's the lad down surveying Beatrium. That's good. Like it when my people level up. Epic star music.
Construction complete.
Ah, yes, I see. So we now own the Delphine system. So what we could do now, hang on, Governor has gained a trait. He's now resilient, good. I think that's going to mean he can survive longer. Yeah, righteous, so less crime, and resilient, so he's going to last longer. Good. He's a nice lad. Right, so now we could potentially go over to our good buddy Lightbringer Station over here. And then we could tell them to build themselves a colony ship. Colony ship would then fly off to Delphine, and then they would settle on Delphine, I think it was 3? Yeah, Delphine 3. For now, we're not going to do that, because we're still quite early on. Don't think we can quite sustain getting a colony off the ground. So we're just going to build ourselves a mining station. And also I think at this point it's maybe time to build an additional construction ship. So we're not going to do that over here at Lightbringer Station. Then we can send it off to build on Brockhand and Ambor, because Ambor is going to be a very nice, lovely mineral system. B-Tree is also looking very nice. And luckily construction ships don't require leaders. Otherwise we would have no goddamn energy income. Of course our new Pop, when he arrives, is going to need a job. So I think we're going to build another generator district. Oh, that's steep. But yeah, we're going to build another generator district because we will soon have another Pop. So when he arrives, he's going to need work. And, well, I'd like some more energy.
Construction complete.
We've finished building our new construction ship. Excellent. Right, you move up to Brockhand and build yourself a research
System
station.
survey complete.
When we finish serving, that would be B-Tree. Right then. So we finished serving B-Tree. Lovely little system. Some trade, some minerals, some energy. Good, good. So we're going to survey this system. And then we'll do these and then that.
Construction complete.
Well, we finished building mining station on Delphine. Good. Well, go build another mining station in the Delphine system. So is he now surveying this? No, he's not. Okay, well, survey this first. Whee! Bit bored, okay? I mean, I enjoy it, but, you know, Stellaris 8 is quite a slow game early on. But anyway, yeah, our Empire has expanded again, it's very lovely. I think once we have this guy done exploring, surveying Amber and this, we'll double back to just survey this and so on. This and this. Yeah, no, we won't. We'll have him survey. We'll have him go down and survey this, and then he can go up and start serving. Keep serving up here. But now that we're getting into starting to survey and spread and see some more hyperlanes.
System survey
beyond
complete.
what we could see initially. Hang on, let me just tell him to survey some more. Okay, Amber's very nice system too. You know, energy, minerals, some trade. Lovely. Anyway, let's order him to survey here. Now we can see some you know, a bit further into the hyperlanes. We're going to need to discuss something very important strategically. Okay, and that is the fact that at some point we're going to meet someone else, and at some point we're going to meet someone else who wants to kill us. And when we do that, we're going to want to be able to have some place where we can sort of hold them back. So, a choke point. Very, very classic military tactics. Hang on, let me just... oh, there's nothing more for us to build in Delphine. Well, he's moving up to Amber. You can move down and build a starbase in Beatria. Okay. So at some point we're going to meet someone, and at some point one of those someones is going to want to punch our face in. So when that happens, we're going to want to have some choke points where we can hold them back. Basically, we're going to build a proper starbase, and we're going to buff it up like crazy. Complete. Lovely. Brocan is finished getting built. Yes, we don't have the... don't quite have the inlets. We'll get it quite soon. Move up and start getting ready to colonize Amber. Anyway, we're going to need someone who wants to kill us at some point. So we're going to, what we want to do is we want to build a nice big proper starbase, like the one we have on Intelligentsia. Oh, well, Lightbringer. We're going to want to build something like Lightbringer Station. Good, we have our new technician. He's working. Lovely. And then we're going to want to give it a bunch of defense platforms and so on. Defense platforms are basically something you can build that helps defend the base. Yeah, basically, we're going to want to make the starbase as hard as possible to take. Ooh, potentially habitable worlds. Lovely. And wait, hang on. What does it say? Now that's a tomb world. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, tomb worlds. Basically, they're worlds where they were currently experiencing a nuclear winter with dense layers of city areas in the atmosphere, high levels of surface radiation, minimal signs of life. So yeah, basically what happened is at some point this planet had itself, actual intelligent life, and then they developed nuclear weapons, and then they bombed themselves to oblivion. So think the Krogan from Mass Effect. Hint: I really like yeah, that's the second Mass Effect reference. I really like Mass Effect. Hint: I think the Krogan from Mass Effect, but they didn't survive that nuclear war in their past. So yeah, basically that's what Tomb World is. Now, we can actually find Earth here, somewhere out among the stars. And one of the possibilities for Earth is that it is a tomb world, so, you know, at some point, I know, I guess we have World War III, and, you know, bomb ourselves to hell. Thinking that I'm going to think it's going to be when Donald Trump pisses off China or something.
Anomaly found.
Ooh, anomaly. Okay, that's a hard anomaly. Leave it be for now. So that's our political reference. Anyway, potentially habitable world. Lovely. It's arid. Okay. Okay. Our leaders have gained level. Okay, that's our main scientists. You know, the lands leading our actual proper research. Cool. Right then. They've leveled up. Okay, what's our construction? He's the one building down on Adrian. You're up here. You can.
Construction complete.
What do you mean we're lacking 14? Bullshit. We're not lacking 14. Why do we need 63? Okay, fine, fine. But we can start building up on Beatria. But yeah, I was saying about choke points. We're going to want to have some choke points. You know, figure that out. So let's look around. I think potentially this system could be a nice choke point. Or rather, it could be a nice choke point for our southern flank down here. And then we'd want to have another choke point that could be this one. To cover our eastern flank. And, well, I already said this, but yes, I know there's not north and south and east and so on in space, but I don't care, it makes it easier to explain, okay? Okay. Ah, we're starting to get a bit bigger, you know, we can actually sort of see ourselves a bit more. And here in space. Although if it goes like much like it did my first time I played Stellaris, it's gonna be not quite very long until we meet someone else. Holy mother of God! Okay, we have some very nice energy wells around us right now. Might actually avoid the seemingly obligatory energy crisis that I feel like I always get early on. Yeah, the one time I did, okay, I got several, actually. Okay, so this is an Arctic world, frigid, rocky world with nitrogen oxygen. Poles are big, significant water deposits can be found permanently frozen as glacial ice. However, the planet experiences seasonal variations, and the equatorial band is covered by vegetation. We can't really live here. Or here. Because that's a doom world. Okay, so that's Arctic. Basically the entire planet. And that was nuked to hell, so yeah, we can't live on either of these planets. Although, at some point in the future, we might actually be able to find another race and invite them into our empire who do like Arctic worlds. They could potentially go and colonize that system. Anyway, I think I'm going to send him exploring in this direction because we do want that to be an early choke point. What are you doing? You're sitting. Right, you're the one waiting for the influence. We need to build a starbase outpost. You're serving. Oh, well, you're going to be serving. You are building mining stations. Almost done building the mining station, so that's going to buff our energy a bit. Yes, lovely. Let's keep buffing our energy production. And we can already have another tradition. Excellent! I love traditions. So we can either have colonization fever, or we can have reach for the stars. I want reach for the stars. We're not being colonizing just yet. So we're going to get reach for the stars. Maybe that might actually even be enough for us to get that Starbase much down. Now, let's have a look. You lad, can you build the Starbase outpost I want? You can indeed. Excellent. Also, government, Chief Archivist Alfred Anglo-Saxon. Oh, that's lovely. And he's expansionist, which is very nice for us because it's going to cost less to build outposts, and he's also architectural, so it's going to cost less to build stuff on our planets. So he's an expansionist and he has a bit of Emperor Hadrian in him. I am a nerd. Love Roman history. Also we have civics. I think I forgot to explain civics actually. Yeah, basically they're sort of we have traits for characters. They're sort of traits for our government, I suppose. So, yeah. So in our case we are environmentalists, so that's going to reduce our consumption of consumer goods, which is very nice. And we are free haven, so when we eventually meet other people, we're going to have more pull from immigration, so they're going to be more eager to immigrate to our empire if we sign a migration treaty. Which we will be doing. Holy mother of God, that's a good energy system. Damn! Oh! Okay, lots of good energy systems.
Complete.
All the good energy systems. And we have some construction done. Okay, well you should definitely be building... Yeah, okay, I think we're on pretty solid footing with energy for the moment. You should definitely be building some mining stations for minerals. And you just finished building some energy stuff, so you should also go and build a mining station for minerals. And then we should get going over here. It's gonna be very fun. Okay, I realise this is a bit slow and perhaps dull for you guys, but yeah, I really enjoy it. You know, it's very bit slow. Said that, I improved myself a lot. Damn. Anyway, it's a bit slow, like he says for the third time, but I think it's very fun.
System survey complete.
System survey complete. Good, good. We can claim that system off. We've got an amber for now. Survey this, please. I'd like to get this chunk sort of surveyed and settled. Yeah, I think the early game's quite fun. You know, very peaceful. Compared to later on, where I constantly worry, oh god, I have to make sure those lands like me, and I have to make sure those guys like me, etc, etc, etc. This could be a nice choke point in the future. I like the music a lot. Just, you know,
Construction
don't
complete.
really have anything to say. And I'm also letting you guys listen to it. Okay, so we finished constructing everything on B-Trail. Let's go over here and, well, we can't quite build a start base because we need more. And I actually would prefer.
Complete.
Okay, yeah, let's move you up here and prepare to build a start base outpost. And then you can keep building stuff here. Okay. Lovely music.
System survey complete.
System survey complete. Well, we finished surveying. What have we finished surveying? That is the Bunda system. That's this one. That has some society research, adds some minerals and energy. That's very lovely. Oh yes, I see. We're quite. We are on quite sound footing, economically speaking. Triple star system. Lovely. Survey it. Everyone's moving around and surveying stuff and building stuff. It's all very nice and lovely. And we're down to 1 person watching the stream. Well, that's me. So we're down to 0 people watching the stream. Oh. Hey, McDulk, what's up?
Construction complete.
How are you doing? Well, okay. I'm asking you a lot of questions, but maybe I should explain what the game is. So, for people just joining us, this game is Stellaris, he says with a dramatic zoom out to the entire galaxy. So, basically, this game is about building up a great empire in the star. No, not in the stars. Among the stars, that sounds better. And, yeah, you do that by sort of claiming systems and expanding, and you build up a fleet, and it's all very nice and cool. So, at some point we're going to meet, we can meet other empires, we can go to war with them, we can do other stuff with them. It's all very, very cool. Okay, we need 6, so in 2 months, that's good. Our empire has a very unusual shape at the moment. Wait, you're still going to that? I didn't realise. Ooh, this is actually very good. Trinitar here has alloys just naturally. Now, of course, normally we would be, what we do to get minerals is we take our alloys is we take our minerals and then we refine them in on our planet. But this one just has minerals, alloys just straight up, which is very lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I say lovely a lot when I make my videos. Okay, we have an anomaly. It's 100 research progress. Right, 100 research time. Let's just do this. Yes, fire, 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 fire. I know the feeling. Rapid strike fleet, yeah, that's also going to be a very, very powerful thing in time. But for now, we don't really have any tech, and also don't really have any need of a very powerful fleet. Anyway, we finished researching some stuff, so we're going to choose something new to research. Now then. Since we have the slow growth, I think that's what called trait for our species, we grow quite slowly. So what we're going to do is we're going to do genome mapping. We're just going to up our population growth speed a bit, which would be very, very nice. By the way, is the music audible and so on? I mean, is it just completely overpowered by my voice, or is it sort of at a nice level, or is it too loud? I mean, please let me know. Okay, thank you. Good. That's nice to know. Okay. So we're still serving, we're still doing stuff. There's a potentially habitable world here. Desert world, probably not very habitable then. That's annoying. But we do have Delphine 3, which is lovely. Even with the exo fungus. So that's good. And you should be... Oh! Okay, so something interesting happened. Okay. What do we have? Okay. The CSS Jalsatork crew has succeeded in isolating a signal embedded within the... Okay, I'll look at Discord real quick. while I'm firing it up, the CSL Jalstalk crew has succeeded in isolating a signal embedded within the unusual pattern of interference. Yes, that is rather hilarious. Fire. You weren't kidding. Okay, so, for the third time, the CSL Jalstalk crew... Cool. The CSS Jalstalk crew has succeeded in isolating a signal embedded within the unusual pattern of interference in the Trinitar system. The signal is a song. A complex sonification of an advanced mathematical equation, to be precise, and one that Science Officer Ilmas Tisala cannot seem to get out of their head. That's sort of worrying. Who or what may have composed this song remains unknown. Was it Beethoven? I bet it was Beethoven. Okay, I'm kidding. Though its complexity infers an incredible level of technological sophistication regarding subspace harmonics. These signals... I see. The signals geodesics, no idea what that is, suggest a point of origin from outside the galaxy. Oh, I know what that is! Possibly is. I think that might be something related to the thing that's known as the L cluster. Can I see? No, I can't see the L cluster. Okay! Ooh, strategic resource. Oh, this is going so well. I love it. Okay. During the survey of Ledelicon, I think that's... Okay, that's how we're going to pronounce it. Ledelicon 7. I think that's... Yeah, that's 7. The CSS Jalpashmat discovered deposits of rare crystals. These crystals have properties that make them extremely effective at focusing laser beams, and they're also a critical component in most advanced electronics. Excellent. Right, yes, I'll check it out in a minute. But just... real quick, what you need to see is how my species of aliens look. They are cats. They are all cats. Well, technically sapienti, but they're cats, okay? We're cat people. We're scientists. We're intelligent scientist cat people. It's very fun. Yes. Yes. You're forgiven for the typing, and yes, cat people are indeed awesome. I know. Stellaris is, in general, a very fun game. I mean, the sort of beginning of it is a bit slow, I'll admit it. But once you sort of get in, but it is very nice and sort of peaceful to just sort of expand your empire a bit. By the way, you should be able to... God damn it! I keep wanting to do stuff. Anyway, we can't... it would take way too much time to research this, so leave it be for now. Anyway, I would like to build a Starbase outpost up here, because, man, I want that 9 energy. Yes. So. Seriously, the music is just cool in this game. I love it. But yeah, the beginning of the game is sort of slow, but once you sort of get into the bit where you do politics and so on with other species, and wars and so on, it gets very, very, very interesting. And even early on, it's still very fun and interesting because you get to explore a new world.
System survey complete.
And Trinitar is done being surveyed. That survey over here. I feel like we might start to encounter aliens at some point soon. Yeah, you can actually... Damn it, keep adding when I want to talk. Okay, so we now get 10% more energy from everything, and we can choose what to research. So, we can get quantum theory, which is going to get our physics research up just permanently by 20%, or we can get blue lasers, which are better than the current lasers we have, or we can get more research section output on our star bases. Yes, I understand. I understand. So I'm gonna go for the blue laser, because laser beams! I'm a fire in my laser! I think that's a reference, I can't remember to what though. Stellaris is also a very complicated game, but once you get into it, it's not really sort of that complicated. Or at least that's how it feels to me. Oh, you... I'm rather jealous, I must admit. But, well, I mean, I only had two lessons today, so it was alright. Okay, so let's see. So, our Chief Archivist, Alfred Anglo-Saxon, is now level 3. Oh, you bastard. Right, so he's now Expansionist, and he has Architectural Sense, and he has an Eye for Talent, which is really nice, because that means that all the other leaders in our entire empire are going to gain experience 10% faster. Which is going to make them better 10%. Oh, okay, I really like the start. Oh, so am I. Don't even worry about it. Okay, a natural wormhole. We have detected what appears to be a naturally occurring subspace phenomenon on the edge of the... Okay, how do I pronounce that? So, I'm just going to say so, system. A rift in the very fabric of space-time has formed there, creating a wormhole that our scientists speculate may provide a conduit through subspace to another wormhole located somewhere else in our galaxy. Depending on where the second wormhole is located, this could potentially allow ships to travel from one end of the galaxy to the other in a matter of days. Unfortunately, this wormhole, like the vast majority of its kind, is inherently unstable. Any vessels foolish enough to pass through it would be ripped apart in seconds, if it could somehow be stabilized. So yeah, how wormholes work is, like it said, if we manage to stabilize it, which is a technology we can get later on. Hang on, we have a starbase, I'm just going to get him to work on building mining outposts. So yeah, if we get the technology stabilizing wormholes, we could potentially stabilize this wormhole, and then it would lead us to another wormhole somewhere else in the galaxy. So theoretically, we could send a ship in here, and then it could get out over there, which would be a ridiculous shortcut. So that's why wormholes are very nice. You can nerd about roleplaying all you want. I nerd out about the Roman Empire all the time. You should get to nerd out too. And besides, we can always nerd some Hamilton together. So, yes. Very interesting. Very, very good start. Here, I mean, seriously. The amount of energy we're getting is ridiculous, and there's also nice amounts of minerals, and there's also alloys, and there's also a natural wormhole. This is really, really good for compared to my first game. Admittedly, this is literally the second game I've played of Stellaris, so maybe I'm not. So maybe this is something that happens quite often, but to me, this is the best start I've ever had. Which, again, 2, so doesn't say a lot, but it's very, very nice. Should also settle La Delegon here. But, you know, doing stuff. There's also gateways, which do basically the same thing as wormholes, except we need a different technology to reactivate them. But yeah, they also let you sort of teleport. Okay. Okay. That seems rather ridiculous, to be perfectly honest.
Construction complete.
What do we have here? Finished building a mining station. Do wish we'd meet someone else soon. Because I mean, I think we're sort of ready for it, as long as they're not, you know, militarist bastards who want to kill us immediately. Well, it should be alright. But seriously, that spell for the fire wind, as you put it, seems rather ridiculously overpowered, to be perfectly honest. Actually, clear would be a stupid thing to say. To be perfectly honest, seems rather overpowered. Okay, yeah, like I said, seems ridiculously overpowered. Do you have it, or is it something you plan on getting? Yes, I get it. It's ridiculously overpowered. Do you have it, or do you plan on getting it? I see, I see. Oh, I love this start. This is very fun. But seriously, I do hope we run into some other people soon. Unless they're xenophobe bastards, basically, they hate all aliens. It should be very fun. Okay, so we have a tradition available, which is very nice. So, I see, I see. Well, you get more. Okay, so what do we want to get? We could get up our administrative cap. How are we doing on that? Yeah, we might want to do that because we are approaching it. Or we could reduce starbase upkeep by 20%, or we could get colonization fever. You know, I think I'm going to go for courier network because I do want that administrative cap. Don't like going too much over it. And also our research has been completed, so... right, okay. I think we want to get the coil gun, or actually... fire breath. Nice. Nice. Okay. I think I'm going to go for the standardized corvette patterns here. That's going to up our build speed for corvettes, which is going to be very nice if we ever run into some xenophobe bastards when we need to build a fleet in a hurry. So far, my fleet has done literally nothing.
Construction complete.
What have we finished? Okay, so Amber has now been fully, well, I guess, well, not quite constructed, but everything we can possibly build there has been built. And we found an anomaly. Right, okay, that's routine. We can research that quite quickly. So, let's send this lad here down to... yeah, let's send this lad down here to build a starbase outpost here once we finish surveying it, because I want that habitable world. Because we might start colonizing soon. And of course we also need to get someone to survey this, so we can just sort of lock that down and build starbases over to here.
Construction complete.
Holy jeez, I have a lot of energy. Okay, so last bit in the Agror system that needs to be built. Just this. In order to build it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to speed everything up a bit. There's nothing too important happening. We're just building stuff and expanding. But I really would like to meet someone now. Although, of course, if we have a long time to expand and get powerful before we meet someone else, that would also be quite lovely. Since we'd have time to, you know, colonize a vast swath of the galaxy and be very... And, you know, we wouldn't be... Oh, hang on. Okay, apparently we found some structures on Sathoma 3. Don't quite remember what Kylie means. Isn't English either. Cone! Let's go. Cone shape. That's it. Right then. Okay. Abandoned amusement park. Don't interrupt me while I read this. The structures on Sathoma 3 are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science officer Con Vacaris noted that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that, to the builder's alien eyes, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to us Sapienti, it looks mostly like a place where you take your young and let them amuse themselves. So we gain society and engineering research. Hooray! Oh, that seems rather dangerous. Fire breath seems rather good, I must say. So the Warhammer universe, isn't that sort of a bit darker than, you know, say, Lord of the Rings?
Construction complete.
Oh, come on, arid world, are you kidding me? Give me some proper worlds. I mean, yes, we have proper worlds, but give me some more proper worlds. I mean, we found 2 worlds that we can inhabit. And then there's a Arctic world and a tomb world. Ah, you see. Okay, so we've now built everything we can build on in the Agrol system. So we get someone down here to build a Starbase outpost there, and then we'll eventually get someone down to build one in Sathama. Because I want to lock down this system since it has rare crystals. Now we can't mine the rare crystals yet because we don't have that technology, but we can eventually, and I want to lock it down in case, I don't know, there's someone over here who's expanding our way. So, why are you just sitting there? Oh, you're still surveying it, I see. Oh, there's just a lot of crap to survey, yeah, I see. Burning Skull! Yes, that does sound very fun. I might name a type of ship that, or just a ship. We could have the, Boiling Blood. Oh god, this has cool names. Okay, but seriously, we can name a ship the CSS. By the way, that stands for Cat Spaceship. We can name a ship the CSS Boiling Blood or the CSS Burning Skull or something. A warship. Burning Inferno. I wouldn't want to be anyone who meets you after you've gotten all that stuff. So, let's keep surveying some systems. And can you perhaps build that? No, we need to sit and wait for influence to tick up for a while. That's fine. Very unusual shape, our empire.
System survey complete.
Sort of like a club or something. So, Sawa has been fully surveyed. Let's keep surveying stuff. All of this is just great. Are you referring to the spells, which, yes, they are indeed awesome, I agree with you, or are you referring to the game? Just, wondering. Ooh, we've built our starbase on Dailycon. Okay, let's get some more mining going. And we have extended the reach we know. Why are you idle? Oh, right, you're waiting for our influence to take up. By the way, maybe I should just explain some stuff about what things are again, since you weren't here for the beginning. But energy, it's energy. Minerals, the basic resources we need to build stuff. I see. Yes, that's going to be terrifying if anyone meets you. So minerals, that's the basic resource we need to build buildings and so on. Food, that's pretty self-explanatory. It's food. Actually, I should check in on Lightbringer. Yep. Okay, we're good. Doing fine. You need an axe. Right. Yeah, you could maybe borrow mine for a couple of times, if you want, and yeah, just until you get your own. I don't really use my axe much.
Construction complete.
Construction complete. Well, we finished building a mining station. Lovely. Well, let's get some more energy going then. Dailycon A. Is there more than one star? Yeah, there is. Where's the other one?
Anomaly found.
Anomaly. Okay, let's see. That's very hard. Yes, we're gonna leave that be for now. But seriously, you can borrow my axe for a while if you want to. Just that would indeed be very terrifying. I agree with you. Again, you can borrow my axe for a while if you want. Can I build that Stellaris outpost yet? No. Almost, though. Our governors level up. Well,
Anomaly
you
found.
just go ahead. But, also, question. Are you finished with Skyward Sword yet? Because, I mean, I don't mean to, I mean, you know, I said you could just keep it until you beat it, but it's been months. So, just like a status update, please. Leave that beat.
Construction complete.
Okay, right. Well, we'll see about setting up some time where we can meet, and then you can just bring it. I mean, it doesn't have to be right now. Yes, I understand. It does have some dull moments, I'll admit it. Although I do still think it's a very nice game. But yeah, just I don't know. Next time we meet up, you can just give it to me. It'll be fine.
System survey complete.
Excellent. Keep. Not a lot of stuff in that system, but yeah, it's nice. Just keep serving. Keep serving stuff. It's all gonna be very nice. Is it just me, or does the Empire sort of look like a fist, in a way? Sort of sideways fist, or something. I really like this music. I see. Well, I mean, there are other guides, you know, online. IGN has one, for example. But yes, I understand what you mean. I was playing. Okay, that's a very nice system. Anyway, I was playing Phantom Hourglass. You know, the first time, you know, I was playing through it, and then I got to this dungeon called the Ghost Ship, and then there was this point where you had to. I know. They are the Game Grumps. But there are also other Let's Players who've done it. I mean, there's this guy called Alexandria I watch occasionally. He did one. Anyway, so I was playing through the Ghost Ship in Phantom Hourglass. Seriously, that's a really nice system. I'm playing through the Ghost Ship, and then there's this. Yes, okay, fine. Keep your game keep your Game Grumps. Anyway, I was watching. I was playing through the Ghost Ship, and then there was this puzzle where you had to pull the where you had to pull some levers in a specific order. Let's research that anomaly, and then of course you had to locate the specific order, which was somewhere in the room. Only thing was, the instruction for how you were supposed to do it in the room was wrong. So you couldn't actually do it if you used the code in the room. So what I had to do every single time I played through it is every single time I played through it, I had to go online and I had to check it. It was really, really stupid. Okay, that's hilarious. Coprolite asteroid has been discovered. Where will that be? Okay, so apparently this thing is coprolite. If you're confused, coprolite is fossilized poop. Mostly, when we talk about coprolite here on Earth, it's dinosaur poop that's been fossilized. So, although it is difficult to accept, all indications point towards asteroid PTREBRF being a coprolite, a piece of fossilized feces from some kind of massive life form. All that is poop. It is poop. It appears to be almost a billion years old, and much of the fossil original organic composition has been replaced by mineral deposits. Our scientists are baffled as to what kind of creature could have produced something like this. Remarkable. All of that's poop. It's an asteroid, and it's poop. Yeah, that'll ruin your day. Giant poop. Hilarious, though. Yeah, you know, you can actually find Earth. Yeah, out in the galaxy somewhere. Don't know where Earth is, but you can actually find Earth, and then okay, we're campaigning for a new okay, we're doing some election. Oh, we have unemployed workers. Stuff is happening. Okay, but you can actually find Earth, and then it could potentially be what's known as a tomb world, which means at some point in the planet's past, it has just been nuked to hell. It could also be the capital of a prosperous empire. So we'll see. Anyway, the very first presidential election, or, well, grand archival election, I suppose, is underway. So we have a couple of different options. Now, there's our current ruler, Alfred Anglo-Saxon. Shut up, I named the first ruler after myself, I know. I see. My Shot is a difficult song. Rather, it's, I mean, it's not quite quick in that way. Excellent. Well, you're ready to go off to Broadway then. Right, okay, so we could have Alfred Anglo-Saxon, our current ruler, come back. We can have one of our scientists do it. And he would be very nice. He'd do happiness. And we would still retain our architectural sense thing. Yes, if just you could sing. That's it. That's true. I feel the same. And if only I didn't have stage fright. Okay, I think I want warlike. No, I don't want you. Then okay, I think I want Alfred Anglo-Saxon to keep being our leader. But the trouble is, he only has 25% of the support, which is obviously, you know, not a majority. So I could support him for 50 influence, but I don't have 50 influence. So so we're gonna wait a month and then we're gonna support him.
Construction complete.
Yeah, you would. I mean, if you offered the role as Hamilton, you wouldn't throw away your shot. Yes, I said it. Shut up. I know we were stupid. Technicians go. Okay, fine. Okay, I need to create a job somehow. Yes, I know. I'm awesome. Now then, let's create a commercial zone, because that's gonna... Thank you. Let's create a commercial zone, because that's gonna give us clerks, and clerks are very nice, because that's gonna produce trade value and amenities. We need some amenities. And it's also gonna provide work for this guy. And also we can probably get rid of these slums and so on now. We have the, well, that depends. Who's asking? This is going to devolve into us just quoting Hamilton songs, isn't it?
System survey complete.
Excellent. Now then, we need to influence, we need to support Alfred Anglo-Saxon. There we go, 40% of support. He will probably be president. We finished surveying a system. Okay, that's very... you zoom in on the sun. So let's go and explore and survey this system. Oh, okay, we have elected a new ruler, and it's not actually a new ruler because it's our good old Chief Archivist Alfred Anglo-Saxon. Lovely. But yes, like I said, I am in, me in fact being Aaron Burr would depend on who's asking. Okay, let's get Starbase Outpost. Actually, I think... Yeah, no, let's go for colonization fever, because I think we can colonize now quite happily. So yes, here we go. Over to... We're going over to Lightbringer Station. We're going to produce our first colony ship.
Anomaly found.
Once I've finished dealing with this anomaly, which we're going to leave be because it's going to take way too much of our time. So, colony ship. Let's go. And obviously it's going to be Sapienti because we don't have anything else. Alfred Anglo-Saxon. So. Pardon me, are you Aaron Burr, sir? That depends, who's asking. Oh, sure, sir. I'm Alexander Hamilton. I'm at your service, sir. I've been looking for you. I'm getting nervous. Sir, I heard your name at Princeton. I was taking an accelerated course of study when I got sort of out of sorts with a buddy of yours. I may have punched him. It's a blur, sir. He handles the financials. You punch the bursar. Yes, I wanted to do with you graduating too and join the revolution. He looked at me like I was stupid. I'm not stupid. So how'd you do it? How'd you graduate so fast?
System survey
It was
complete.
my parents' dying wish before they passed. You're an orphan, of course. God, of course. I'm an orphan. Okay, I can't remember the rest of the lyrics. Of course, I'm an orphan. God, I wish there was a voice we could prove that we're more than anyone bargained for. Can I buy you a drink? That would be nice. While we're talking, let me offer you some free advice. Talk less, right? Smile more. Don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. You can't be serious. You wanna get ahead. Yes. Fools who run their mouths off wind up dead. Yo, yo, what time is it? Showtime. Like I said.
Anomaly found.
Hey, Dulk. Hello? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, on the phone, my friend McDulk. You may not hear him, but he's here. Okay. Du er dig, der startede. Jeg var nødt til det. That depends, who's asking. I'm getting nervous. You punched the bursar. It was my parents' dying wish before they passed. Can I buy you a drink? While we're talking, let me offer you some free advice. Talk less. Smile more. Don't let them know what you're against or what you're for. You wanna get ahead. Fools who run their mouths off wind up dead.
Research complete.
Showtime, like I said. Oui, oui, mon ami, je m'appelle Lafayette, the Lancelot of the Revolutionary set. I came from afar just to say bonsoir until the king Casetois, who's the best, c'est moi. Wow, no more 6. Pour me another brew, son.
Construction complete.
To the revolution! Ja, det er det nok. Anyway, koloniskabet er færdigt, så nu skal der koloniseres. Colony time! Yes? So yes. So, no longer on the phone, Matt Dulk. Good friend of mine. Has his own channel, live streams occasionally. In fact, he live streamed as recently as day before yesterday. And yeah, currently doing a playthrough of Ocarina of Time. Anyhow, I think we are going to end the stream here. It has been very, very fun. And we've got quite nice and far, actually. But now, I think it's time to end it. So perhaps next time I stream Stellaris, we will of course be colonizing our new planet, Delphine Prime, and we maybe run into someone else. Who knows? Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do remember to like, and if you want to see more like it, all you have to do is subscribe. So, have a very nice day. Goodbye.